And we now go to our reporter Kieth Sayster, who's in the Northern Cape, where there's more hearings taking place there. Kieth, thanks very much for joining us. And I wonder, this land expropriation without compensation, how is it being received by the people where you are in Namaqualand?
A very good afternoon to you, Peter. I'm coming to you from a town called Oakip, some 7 kilometers out of Springbok here in the Northern Cape. Now, in Namaqualand, the land expropriation of land without compensation is sort of received negatively and very positively, because in the sense that positively because people want their land back. The Nama people are saying that their land has been taken by settlers, that has been taken by the English that came here, and they really didn't have any say in how their land was taken from them, or how they could actually get their land back. Now, with me, I've got a land activist and community leader who's very vocal about expropriation of land without compensation. His name is Paul Swaartbooi. Paul, how do you feel, or what is your view on expropriation of land without compensation, and what will you say at the hearings tomorrow?
Yes, Kieth, my point is very clear, that the government must not wait any longer, because during those dark days our people was not being consulted when those black evil forces take our land. And today we are, as a black majority and African indigenous people, we have no land. Our land is not in the hands of our black African brothers or in the hands of the government, but my land is in the hands of the white people. So the government must take my land back. So I say yes for it, and my people say yes for it.
How did the land in Namaqualand specifically, because this is a very mineral-rich area, how did the land here land into the hands of settlers and white people back then, did you say, in the dark days?
You see, there was brutal wars, there was many things who was going on our land, and today my people have no land. You can go to certain areas. Our people, our animals must graze into the mountains because there's no land for our people. And there's other people who are sitting in Europe. They have 7 farms here or even 10 farms here. So we say no to that. The government must not wait any day longer. They must take back our land without compensation.
Now, there's also very, very rich mining land here in Namaqualand that is in the hands of other people that are not Namaqualanders.
Yes, it is true, and that land also must be bring back to my people, because our youth and our women and our men can walk on that land. Yes, diamond minings, yes, copper, also his gold, is everything here, but the land is in the hands of white people. So and also people from Europe. So that people must give our land back to the community here.
Now, Paul, those people that you're talking about, the white people who own the land that's supposed to belong to the Nama people here, are going to tell you that they have worked for that land and they have that land legally. What have you got to say to that?
You know what? I can take you to the Orange River. My great-grandfathers was living on the banks of the Orange River, and our people was brutally removed from that land. Where did they bought that land? They never bought that land. I can go now and I can show you the other thing. They plant some grapes along the Orange River, and they know there's a land claim on that land. They are building on that land right now, and that must stop. The government must stop it. They cannot build on our land, plant on our land, and then all of a sudden it is their land. It is wrong. They must give our land back. So the government must not wait any day longer, and the government must also go back before the settlers came here. We as Khoi and Bushman people must be accommodated also, so that because we lose first our land, and after that we lose. Secondly, we lose. And now, I say the government must go ahead and take our land back and bring the Khoi and Bushman people to the far front or on the basis of this land issue.
Now, Paul, there's going to be people that are going to ask you, yes, if you get your land back, what are you going to do with that land?
Yes, we can do many things on our land. Our youth can go into agriculture. We know farming. We know a lot of things. Also, we want to establish our traditional schools, our felt medicine. There's many things that our people can do on our land. It is our land, so they must give our land back. Simple as that.
Now, over the years, people here in Namaqualand have actually been impoverished because of not being able to sort of have a slice of the riches in the area. Will you then be able to have your hand in and say, we are actually reaping from what is supposed to be ours?
When our people have our lands back, we can come out of that poverty. Our youth can become farmers, our youth can become doctors, and they can learn. There's a dignified way when you have land. Because when you don't have land, there's nothing, you have nothing. And it is wrong. Our Nama people, our African people, we have land before those came here and took our land back. So the government must go ahead and take our land back. At least our government consult now people nowadays. Those days before, they did not even bother to consult our people. I can remember how my family was removed from our land, and it is wrong. So I want my land back.
If you are at liberty to give me a sneak peek into what you are going to hear or what we are going to hear tomorrow during that hearings, what kind of talk is going to come from the people of Namaqualand and in the Namakwa district?
You see, there's some white organizations that polite our people's mind and say the government must give you your land back, or we must fight the bill and we must fight that. I say no. Our people must not go that way, because our land is not in the hands of the government or in any black person's hand. Our land in Namakwa is in the hands of the white people in Namakwa and those from Europe. So we must support that bill. We must support that. We must get our land back. It is simple as that. We must get our land back.
Once you have your land back, would it be difficult for you to distribute your land amongst the people to use it optimally, Paul?
You see, as community, as Nama community, we know the land belongs to the whole community and we can use it. But when we came there, we can make provision for that, how the land can be allocated to people.
Peter, there you have it. It's from a land activist here in Namaqualand saying that they want their land back because they can work on their land, they can earn from the riches of their land, and therefore he's going to be very vocal tomorrow during the hearings in Concordia, which is going to be about, say, 10-15 kilometers from here, in the Blauwdaksaal, as the people know it here. He's going to be very vocal, and he wants people to stand with him so that they can actually benefit from what was theirs back in the day. It's back to you in the studio, Peter.
Kieth, I think that was fairly comprehensive. Thanks very much indeed for that update. That Kieth Sayster giving us an update there on the land reform hearings that are taking place. A very emotive issue, as you can imagine. And I'm sure that tomorrow a lot of people are going to have their say on what should happen to the land.